Among almost all religions of the world, initiation is a vital rite. For example, many Hindus take Diksha. For Jews, it is the Bar or Bat Mitzvah. For Sikhs, it is Amrit Sanchar. It is a symbolic act of a person's acceptance of a creed and a community's acceptance of a person. It has been defined by Mircea Eliade as a basic change in the existential condition, given that it deeply imprints a sacred identity upon an individual and to some extent alters his or her worldview. In today's episode of Culture Express, we discuss the Christian rite of baptism. One of the most important rituals of Christianity, it marks admission and adoption into the faith. The word baptism comes from the Greek word baptisma, which means washing. It connotes the ritual use of water for purification. In the early periods, complete or partial immersion in water was practiced. But other methods, such as affusion, that is pouring water on the head thrice, or aspersion, that is sprinkling water, have been adopted in these modern times. The ritual itself was derived from the ancient Jewish ritual of Twilah, where the initiate would be immersed in water. The precedent in Christianity was set by the baptism of Jesus Christ himself at the hands of John the Baptist in the river Jordan in Israel. John the Baptist was a prominent Jewish preacher during Christ's time, and baptisms were central to his messianic movement. Christ is also understood to have endorsed it. According to the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus said, "Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit." Since then, the ritual of baptism has been central to Christianity. In the Middle Ages, Christianity also recognized martyrdom as baptism by blood, where a person was considered baptized and hence eligible for salvation if he died in the course of religious duty. Another uncommon form is called baptism by desire, where a person who wanted to be baptized but died before the ritual was deemed to have its merits at the moment of death. But the two most common forms of baptism in practice today are pedobaptism and credobaptism. Pedobaptism or infant baptism is a rather common practice among most Christian sects, where very young children, as young as a few weeks old, are baptized. Some other denominations do not believe in this form and practice the believer's baptism or credobaptism, where a fully aware adult chooses to get baptized and lead a truly Christian life. But the underlying premise is the belief that baptism is essential to salvation or attaining heaven. This ritual is the beginning of many acts of faith which a person must perform throughout his life in an ongoing process of becoming a Christian. The most preferred day for a baptism ceremony is the Easter Vigil, as it is a public profession of the choice to follow the resurrected Christ. The details of the ceremony may vary among sects, but a majority of Christians adhere to some common practices. The initiate is clothed in white and comes to the church accompanied by the guardians and especially the godparents. The parish priest or minister then baptizes the initiate with holy water in the name of the Holy Trinity or just Christ. A candle may be lit thereafter as a sign of spiritual light. This act is symbolic of the cleansing of all sins, the exorcism of all evils, and a new birth and beginning.